Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night with me, Renee. We are doing some readings for all the members of my YouTube channel. I hope you are all amazing. I hope you've all had a fantastic day, and I see we do have some people in the house. Hello, ladies, and welcome. So, as you can see on the table here in front of me tonight, I thought we would play with a lovely tarot deck. I love this one. It is just a standard, simple, average, typical tarot deck that has been recolored. And I think the colors are just fabulous because there's quite a lot of purple in it. So I thought we would use this one. It is called, I don't have the box here with me, The Wiser Tarot, because it's published by Wiser. And as you can see over here, I have my trusted charms. So the plan tonight is that we are going to do a combination of the tarot and the charms. So you all know the drill, those of you who have been here before. So this is members only tonight. Pop a question into the chat. My chat is working tonight for a change. Yay! So last week we really struggled with that, but this week the chat is working. I managed to figure it all out. So you know the drill. Pop your question into the chat. I will then go through everybody in order, and I will draw from you. Like I say, we're going to do a combination of the tarot and the charms. And just so that you can see my full charm collection, they're all here in their glory. We're just going to shuffle and grab and see what comes through. So I'm just moving it slightly off the screen just so that we can see that we have some space for the tarot. Right. I do hope you are all well. Like I said, I really do. Those of you who are Northern Hemisphere, I hope it's not too cold for you. Us here in the South, we're sweating. Apparently, we're supposed to have a storm tonight, but as of yet, I haven't heard or seen anything outside. Oh, Shannon, hello and welcome, my darling. Thank you for your generosity and your kindness. I haven't seen you for a very long time, and I do hope that you are fabulous. I do hope that you are keeping well. It's lovely to see your name come up on the chat again. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your very kind, generous donation. You are just too special for words. Thank you, my darling. Right. I am just checking that I have everything that I need to. Let's get straight into it and see who we have up first. So tonight we have Regina up first. She says, good evening from Germany. We had a pretty warm day today, like 10 degrees. Oh my gosh. You know, is that considered warm? Like, no. I'm thinking tonight is actually a little bit cool, and I'll show you here in my office. I have a little thermometer, and this thermometer is showing that it's currently 25 degrees, and I'm thinking that's a little bit cool. You know, I do have my ceiling fan on. Oopsie, my phone is not on shush. Let me put my phone onto shush. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, do I even know how to put my phone onto shush? Suddenly forgotten all the buttons. There we go. Yeah, and I think that is, I do have my fan going, but it is a little bit chilly. So 10 degrees is very, very cold indeed. Good evening, Lee, my darling. I hope you are fabulous. I hope you've had an awesome, awesome, awesome afternoon. Nice to have you with us as well. And Michelle says, hello, hello, been crocheting some beanies for Christmas gifts. Listen, oh, you know what? Like, you're talking my language here, girl. You are talking my language. Crocheting beanies. I mean, I am such a crocheting girl. I mean, you know that. I love, love, love that. And of course, 80s is my jam. So yeah, what I wouldn't give to sit with you and spend an afternoon hooking hooking with the yarn and listening to some 80s tunes. That sounds like absolute heaven, and especially when it's a little bit chilly outside. I mean, absolute heaven. You're speaking my language, my darling. You are speaking my language. All right, I see Michelle says here it's 8 degrees in the UK today. Wow. Okay, so it's cold, right? Us South Africans, us Durbanites in particular, would not cope. We would not cope with 8 degrees. You've got the heating on. Thankfully, you've got a kitty to keep you warm, because at 8 degrees, I think you need a few kitties. Like, a kitty blanket. Kitty blanket is what is required and what is needed. Kitty blankets. And let's see what comes through for us. So Lee says, the crazy attorney strikes again. I followed the script and the client was, oh, Lee says she can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me okay? Is it just Lee that can't hear me? Can you guys just let me know before I carry on whether you can hear me? Okay. No, Lee says it's back, right. Sure. You had me panicking there for a minute, darling. Oh, Michelle also saying sound is gone. Oh dear. What happened? What happened? Am I okay? Can you hear me? Ah! Is it back for you, Michelle? Because Lee says it's back. I'm just checking if Michelle can hear me. Okay, good, right. Okay, so we seem to be, it was just a bit of a glitch in the airwaves, but we look like we are back. All right, so Lee says the crazy attorney strikes again. You followed the script and the client was happy, and then the attorney insisted on email only not to contact her client, saying she won't divulge personal info. Right, we sort of understand that. Until I tell the attorney what the offer is via email, and now the attorney wants to terminate the mandate for Chatsworth property. I'm assuming there's another offer. All right. So let's have a look, Lee, because this is quite interesting. So she's being very cagey, right? And I hear you're calling her the crazy attorney. She is being a little bit cagey. She's not revealing all the information that she needs to. And I sort of tend to agree with you when you say that you're assuming there's another offer on the table, and she's just wanting to receive all the information and make decisions that are going to be valid and applicable for her. So let's have a look and see. Right, cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck. I'm just going to take 2 cards, and apparently I have cards all upside down. Are they all upside down? No, it's just that one that was upside down. Okay, so we have our 2 cards, and now I'm going to draw 2 charms. Let me just put the deck somewhere where it's out of the way, and let's see. Then we'll interpret as we come through. Okay, right. So I'm not looking at the charms. What do we have? We have a little peace sign. Let's all be all the 60s peace. And what do we have as well? We have a little bee. So this is quite interesting. All right, Lee. So I do think she's being cagey. What is interesting with this first card that we have here being the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords, Lee, is the card of doing nothing. It's the card of rest. It's the card of silence. It's the card of keep away. Okay, so I do think that this is telling you that you mustn't do too much right now. So if you now immediately jump back on the email and send her all the information and try and talk too much and give too much and say too much and whatever, it's probably going to nab you. You've sort of given your information to her, but she's trying to control. She's trying to take the initiative, if I can put it that way. She's trying to control you. So right now, I think we need to, you've said what you need to say. Yes, she has replied. She has responded, but I really think this is telling you do nothing. Just back off a little bit, give yourself a little bit of space, disconnect a little bit, and let's see what happens. Let's see what comes of that, okay? Because the silence you'll be rewarded by the silence, because what we have over here with this 2 of Wands, can you see the 2 of Wands standing at the top of the castle? I couldn't think of the word for a second, and holding the world in the hand and saying, right, where do I want to go? Do I want to stay or do I want to go somewhere else? So you will have choices if you are silent. If you hold back and if you are silent, there will be choices that will be available to you. When we look at the 2 charms that I have, so this one, as you can see, is a cute little peace sign. And the peace sign is saying is that that's what we want. We don't want to aggravate the situation. We don't want to make it worse. We want to just allow things to sort of settle for a little bit, okay? Give her the space that she needs. Give her the time that she needs. Because if you succumb to her demands at this stage, she definitely has the authority over you, and it'll sting. Okay, if we look at the little bee, it will sting, right? So the message that's coming through for you here is actually, even though she's telling you now she wants to terminate the mandate, she wants to she wants the offer and email, she wants everything written and whatever else, I'm saying to you, just actually go quiet. Just stop, right? Just stop all activity for a little bit, because, and I know there is a sense of urgency and there's a sense of sort of getting through to everything and getting things done. So I completely understand that, but I definitely think that this is telling you less is more right now. Okay, give her time to sort of just mull over what she's saying, what she's doing, and how she's reacting and responding, and let's see how things unfold from there. Are we okay? Because I seem to be dropping signal. Can everybody still hear me and see me okay? Am I still out there in the universe? Just let me know if everybody can see or hear me, because it's showing me that we are dropping signal a little bit. Are we dropping signal a little bit? Okay, I'm just waiting for you guys to let me know. So Lee, if you're there, Michelle, if you're there, yeah, Regine, if you're there, let me know. All right, so I'm just going to carry on and assume that it's all okay. Lee, you'd always come back and watch at a later stage if you need to. So definitely less is more right now. Don't react, don't respond, don't do. Just allow things to settle for a little bit before you react. Because we want to make sure that we are operating peacefully, that we are operating kindly, that we are being gentle, that we're not forcing the situation, but we also want to make sure that we're not getting stung. And if you react too quickly at this point, I do think you're going to get stung. All right. Lee, my darling, I am sending you so much love and blessings. Be gentle, be kind, take it easy. Don't overreact, don't rush. Sort of things have been said now. So let's let sleeping dogs lie, so to speak, and see where that gets us. All right. I am sending you lots of love. Okay, so Lee says, thank you so much, Renee. I understand. And also the comp is so small, I'm cool with walking away. She's wasting your time that you can spend, exactly, time that you can spend with other more serious clients where you know you're actually going to achieve and accomplish something. So that is fabulous. That is fabulous. All right, Regina and Michelle, please pop questions into the chat, and remember, if you don't have a specific question, you can just in the chat just say, you know, whatever spirit needs you to hear right now. So please do pop that into the chat and I will draw cards for you. But what I am going to do in the meantime is I am going to draw a card for my dear friend Shannon. I haven't seen or spoken to Shannon in a very long time, and Shannon was very kind and very generous with a donation, so I am going to do a short little reading for Shannon, just asking the question of what does Shannon need to hear right here and right now. A message for Shannon, a message of inspiration, a message of upliftment, a message of kindness, a message of generosity for Shannon, please. All right, let's have a look and see what we get. So Shannon, we have the Three of Wands and we have the beautiful Empress. I love Empress energy. I really, really love Empress energy. Okay, even if she's got a yellow face. The coloration on this particular one, you know, that they could have given her a different color. Yellow is not her, doesn't bring out her best side. So Shannon, my darling, I don't know what's going on in your life at the moment. Obviously, you and I have not connected in a very long time, so I'm not really fully aware. So I'm just going to read the cards as they are. Oh, wait, I forgot your charms. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Let's get a charm. Right, I am grabbing that one over there. Oh, we have the cleaver, I think it is. A chopping knife. Oh, that's interesting, actually. And what do I have here? Oh, and a bullet. No, it's not a bullet. I'm lying. I thought it was a bullet, but it's a telescope, okay? So it is a telescope. Right, so you've got the cleaver and the telescope. Okay, so let's have a look. The first card we have for you is the Three of Wands. Now, Shannon, the Three of Wands is the card of doing a check-in with yourself. It's the card that says, you know, recognize that you're on a journey, that you're on some kind of an expedition, if I can put it that way. And it's almost like you need to every now and again just stop and check in with yourself to say, well, where am I? How far have I come? And how much further do I need to go? So he's looking out at the ocean and he can see all of these little boats. Now, I'm saying they're little boats because they're very far away, so they look quite tiny. So it's about understanding the progress that we are making in our situation, understanding the progress that we need to make in our situation. And he's come so far, all right, and he's checking in. So this is Spirit saying to you, Shannon, that you've got to check in with yourself. we are at the end of the year, and when we get to the end of the year, everybody starts doing a check-in. Everybody starts looking at their life and saying, right, what have I achieved, and what have I accomplished, and what do I still need to achieve, and what do I still need to accomplish, and then preparing ourselves for 2025, for the next year. So this is exactly the kind of thing that you need to be focusing on. I do love that we have this cleaver. I do love that we have this knife, because this knife is basically saying to you, Shannon, that it's time to cut out things that need to be cut out of your life. And with this kind of a knife, you're not doing dainty little cuts. You're like just chop, chop. So if you imagine just like chop, 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 how cute is that? Just chopping away, chopping off, removing anything and everything from your life that doesn't need to be there. But you've got to be honest with yourself and check in and say, right, what's working, what's not working? What am I happy with? What am I not happy with? And make the adjustments that are needed and that are necessary so that you can move forward in the way that you need to. The Empress is such a beautiful card. Like I said, I really do love her, and I really do love the energy that she brings. Empress is about creating. She's the one who creates life. She gives life, okay? She gives back to everything, and she gives back to everyone. But she's the one who births and brings situations to life. And the message that she has for you is that you have the power to create a life for yourself that you want, that you desire. So this is almost like I want you to see her as the law of attraction, the law of manifestation. She's saying to you, Shannon, that you can create anything that you want for yourself. You can literally have anything that you want for yourself, but you need to check in with yourself to make sure that you're on the right track. Excuse me, that you're moving in the way that you want to, in the direction that you want to. But you also need to cut out any unnecessary stuff from your life. What I love about the telescope for you, what do we use a telescope for? Telescopes are used to look ahead, okay? Telescopes are used to look like wherever you are now. Like he needs a telescope. In order for him to look at those boats more clearly, he needs a telescope to be able to really zoom in on something that is far away. And that's exactly what this message is that you need to use the telescope to zoom in on where you're going. What is it you want to achieve? Because you've made so much progress. You really have. You've done incredibly well of moving yourself towards the goals that you want, the goals that you need, the goals that you desire for yourself. But if you don't stay on track, you may deviate or drift away from that. So the Empress is telling you that you have the ability to create and to manifest the life that you truly want for yourself. But you do need to look far into the future to see which direction you're moving and to make sure that you're moving in the right direction for yourself. So I hope that message makes sense to you, my darling. I really hope that it helps. I really hope that it answers a few questions that you may have had. Thank you for your love and support, and I am sending you many blessings for the upcoming holidays. Take care of yourself, my darling. Nice to see you, and thank you for your kindness as always. Oopsie. All right. Nobody's talking to me, so I'm assuming everything's okay. I'm assuming everything's okay and that I'm not alone in the world. Am I alone in the world? Am I alone in the world? Who's there with me? It tells me I have a few viewers, but no one's chatting to me. All right. So if no one's chatting to me, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a card, just a single card, for whoever is watching silently. Okay, oh no, Michelle is there. Michelle says she's had to restart her phone because it wouldn't message. Sorry, let me just read properly because otherwise I can't see. Okay, so I had to restart the phone, couldn't message. Currently job hunting and not restricting myself to where I am currently located, including searches in areas within closer driving distance to your farmer friend. Oh, I love that, Michelle. I really do. I think that is just such good advice for you at the moment because, you know, you are free to go anywhere. You are free to explore any opportunities. There is nothing that is limiting, restricting, or holding you back. So you can actually go absolutely anywhere, which I think is just fantastic. So Michelle also says, wondering whether that is what I should do as our relationship is still very much in the early days. All right, so let's have a look and see, Michelle, the situation about relocating, moving, and the potential relationship. Let's see from the Wiser Tarot and a few charms what message wants to come through for you tonight. Good, so exciting, so exciting. Okay, I think I'm happy with that shuffle. Let's cut the deck. Card number 1 that we have for you is the Ten of Swords, and card number 2 we have for you is the Fool. How fabulous is that? Not so fabulous, but really truly fabulous. And this not so fabulous again is a confirmation of where you've come from, where you've been, and I'll explain in a second. And let's get some charms going. Right, oopsie, giving them a shuffle, and I'm looking for just one, which I'm grabbing here between my fingers. What do we have? What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's a little star in a ring of protection with some angel wings. I have no idea. There's nothing on the other side. Okay, and let's get one more for you. Okay, apparently I got 2 more for you. So the first one that came out was this high heel shoe, golden high heel shoe, and we have a key with some wings on it. Right, so put the high heel shoe over there, and we'll put the key over there. Okay, so I like this for you, Michelle. I think this is fabulous. All right, so let's talk about, I'm going to call it the elephant in the room. Let's talk about this Ten of Swords, because as I said to you, Ten of Swords is not fabulous, right? Ten of Swords is the card of overwhelm. It's the card of giving up. It's the card of I can't. So if ever you hear anybody going, I can't, oh, shame. Regine also saying her chat wasn't working, but it's working now, so that's fabulous. Welcome back, my darling. Clearly we hit a glitch in the matrix. Clearly we hit a glitch in the matrix, but it's nice that you're all back again, so that's fabulous. Right, so Michelle, the Ten of Swords is the card of, like I said, this card of I don't want to, I can't. The card of saying I don't want to continue, I don't want to do this anymore. And I think this is the realization that you've come to right now, is that your life as it is at the moment is not ideal. Your life as it is at the moment is not perfect, you know, and you want more for yourself, and you deserve more for yourself. You should have more for yourself, but it's about putting yourself in a situation where you can have. So if we look at the physical artwork here, right? So here we have a person who's lying on the ground, clearly stabbed in the back, okay? Not an ideal situation, but because of circumstances, right? Because of circumstances, he's literally lying on the floor and he's given up. And he's like saying, oh, you know what? I'm just waiting for the end. But while he's waiting for the end, what's happening is, and if we look in the background over here, while he's waiting for the end to come, a new day is dawning. And with the new day comes new opportunity. With the new day comes opportunity to change his life completely, for help to come through. Okay, so much that's going to come through for him. So this is you at the moment. It's almost like when you gave up, when you succumbed, when you sort of, like now, you're sort of opening yourself up and saying, I will go wherever I can find fresh opportunities. I will go wherever there is excitement, wherever there is passion, wherever there is happiness, because you've recognized and realized that where you are is not ideal. Where you are is not fabulous, and you're not wanting to stay there. You're wanting to progress on. So by giving up, by succumbing to your situation, you've actually allowed yourself to step into a better tomorrow. So with this particular charm, so we have the star in the center. Now, the star is the star of hope, the star of kindness, the star of love, the star of all of those kind of beautiful things. The fact that the star is encased in the circle, this is a circle of protection. And then we've got the little wings on either end, which is almost, if we can call it, angel wings. Again, symbol of protection, a symbol of all of that. So what does this mean? It means that you are safe, that you are secure, that you are protected. You've got to follow the star of happiness, follow the star of love, follow the star of relevance in your life, and go to wherever it is that you want to be. Okay, so I love that. I absolutely love that. But again, this whole place where you are, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, this whole place where you are could not have happened had you not succumbed to your situation. Because had you been fighting and resisting and trying to make better, you would not have been in this place that you are right now. And then we have the fabulous Fool card. Okay, this fabulous Fool card is telling you new opportunities, but it's new opportunities that you have to embrace with blind faith. And I know that's difficult, Michelle. I know it's really, really hard, really difficult to accept with blind faith, to trust that everything's going to work out, but you absolutely have to. That's also what this card is saying. Trusting that with the dawning of a new day comes fresh opportunity, opportunity for growth, opportunity for betterment, okay? The Fool is about stepping blindly into a future that you have no control over, trusting and believing and holding faith that it's all going to work out. Because you know what? It absolutely is, okay? It absolutely is. Notice here that our Fool does have this little white dog who is sort of, you know, jumping up at him and barking at him and trying to attract his attention. Why? Because the dog cares for him and the dog wants what's best for him, and the dog is trying to warn him that he's about to step off a cliff, because the dog doesn't know what awaits him if he steps off the cliff, and the dog is worried that he's going to be stepping into his own demise. But he's holding his head up high. He is holding this rose of purity, this rose of innocence, this rose of all of those kind of good things, and he's just trusting and he's stepping into a new world. When I look at the charms, I've got a dog hair in my nose, so that's why I keep rubbing, because I've just had, before I started the live, I had my dogs all over me, so I've got a dog hair on me somewhere and it's tickling me. The high heel. So I don't know about you, Michelle. I don't know if you still wear high heels, but like I gave up high heels years ago. Why? Because they're not practical. I think when you get to a certain age, high heels are no longer practical. They no longer make sense when flat, comfortable, more stable, more secure shoes work. But what does a high heel represent? To me, it represents status. It represents beauty. It represents, you know, living the better life, living the high life. It's only us ordinary, you know, plain folk that wear the flat shoes. People who are striving for amazing, fabulous, and whatever, they always wear the high heels. So to me, that high heel shoe is showing you that you deserve better. You deserve to elevate yourself. You deserve to live a better life. And then we have the key. You have the key. And again, the key's got the little angel wings, just like our star had. So it's a symbol of you being protected. It's a symbol of how significant this time in your life is. It's significant on how you need to progress and move forward. And trust, again, blind faith, trust that no matter how difficult it may seem, no matter how scary and daunting it may seem, it's actually going to be okay. That you can step into this new world, this new life, this new opportunity, trusting and believing that it's all going to work out, because you know what? It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And I think that's fabulous. Michelle does say that she does wear high heel boots on occasion. You go, girl. And tell me, when you're wearing these high heel boots, how do you feel? Like, it does something to our psyche, doesn't it? You know, when you put on that high heel boot, suddenly you feel just amazing. So it elevates the spirit, it elevates the soul, it elevates everything. So honestly, my darling, you've got nothing to worry about. Even though, like right now, the mind might be focusing on all the problems, all the challenges, all the what ifs, and the I'm scared of this and I'm nervous for that and I'm anxious about that. Don't, because actually, this is all going to be fabulous. It's all going to be absolutely fabulous. And even this relationship, even though it's brand new and in early days, you've got nothing to lose and literally everything to gain. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go gain it. I am sending you so much love and so many blessings, my dear friend, all over in the UK. I do hope that things work out for you, and I do hope that it is absolutely amazing for you. Yeah, you see, thank you so much. She says, feel quite amazing and feminine in your boots. And it just, like I said, just lifts the spirit. So I'm going to say to you, Michelle, wear more high heels. Put your boots on. These boots are made for walking. And that's what they'll do. Put your boots on and go out there and live the life that you deserve, my darling, because it's all about brand new beginnings, brand new opportunities, opportunities to thrive, opportunities to just be happy, to be successful, to be living the life that you deserve, because you really do deserve it. Sending you lots of love, my darling. Lots and lots and lots of love. Right, Regine said she had some terrible problems with the chat, but it seems to be working now. and also said that you can't send the question that you did have for whatever reason. I'm sorry. There must have just been a glitch in the matrix. There must have just been a glitch in the matrix. But, oopsie, wrong one. Michelle says that is so awesome. He is wonderful and he thinks, well, I think you're amazing too, my darling. Not just him. I think you're amazing too. Okay? He can't get over how at home I am on his farm, including getting muddy. Well, of course, you are originally from South Africa, you know, where we grew up in the mud. We grew up on the farm and in the mud. So that's fabulous, my darling. Absolutely fabulous. Right, Regine, you said you wanted to ask about a guy that you had a date with. Oh, I'm loving this, right? You had dreamt of a new partner and okay, and he had the same voice. So what was the point of this dream and the experience when nothing developed out of it? Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so you had a date with a guy. I'm assuming it was a while back. I'm assuming it's come and gone. You had dreamt about a new partner, and this guy that you had a date with had the same voice as the guy that you dreamt about. Your question is, what was the point of the dream and the experience with this guy when actually, after all things were said and done, nothing developed out of the relationship? Very interesting question indeed. Okay, let's see what the cards and the charms want to say. So the first card we have for you is the Emperor, and the second card we have for you is the Ace of Pentacles, right? So we have the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles, right? Just spacing them out. Let's get you some charms and see what it adds to our story. Okay, so grabbing one charm, what do we have? Oh, we have a turtle. We have a cute little turtle. And let's get another one. Okay. Right, oh, we have, okay, we have, what do we have? If the camera will focus. So we have an eye and we have a snake. An eye and a snake. Okay, so the snake and the eye. So this is very interesting, Regine. Okay, so let's start off with our Emperor. Before I start off with the Emperor, just let me have a sip of water, please. Okay, so the Emperor. Emperor's energy is confident, strong, brave, assertive, powerful, focused, dedicated, hardworking, and like I really want to say he's a no-nonsense kind of guy, okay? So I want to say to you that the Emperor represents you in this particular situation because you're a strong woman, all right? You're not a meek and mild and pitiful person. You're a strong, confident woman. And I think that the message that that's coming across here, it's not that you were too strong for him, but you probably did dominate him a little bit. And he wants somebody who he could be the fiery one, that he could be the dominant one. You deserve somebody special in your life, but he wasn't good enough. It's almost like I feel as if he couldn't quite reach your level, okay? He wasn't good enough for you. He wasn't assertive enough for you. He wasn't strong enough for you. Because of your assertiveness, because of your confidence, because of your strength, you need somebody who is quite powerful and quite strong in order to make you feel like the woman that you are. So I definitely think this Emperor is saying that you're strong. You're an amazing human being, you're a powerful woman, and he just wasn't strong enough for you. The fact that we have this tortoise, I never know the difference. I never know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. But the message that that's bringing is that you've got this hard shell. There's all the soft squishy bits on the inside, but we have this hard outer shell, and that's you. So did you show him your vulnerability? Probably not. Okay, probably not, and that's why nothing really developed of the relationship, of the connection. So you've got all the softness, you've got all this gentleness inside of you, but probably because of your past, probably because of the experiences you've had previously, you've always had to hide who you truly are. Because if you show everybody your vulnerability, they're going to take advantage of you and they're going to hurt you. So as a way of self-preservation, of protecting yourself, we tend to just show our external shell and hide our vulnerabilities. So The question then that we ask is why? Because that's what you said. What was the point of the dream, of the experience, when nothing developed? The dream was to prepare you, okay? The dream was to get you excited. The dream was so that you could relate and connect the experiences to each other. But nothing happened. Why? Because Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles, is new opportunities, okay? But the new opportunities are only there if we can walk through the fence, walk through the gate, like if we can put ourselves out there. But this is about opportunities that are coming your way, okay? So I think that this experience that you had, I'm going to read your other comment in a second. This experience that you had, it was almost to open your eyes, okay? Open your eyes to see the potential of what is actually out there, and for you to determine what you do and what you don't want. And I say that because of the snake. So, I mean, personally, I'm not a snake person, right? I don't like them. They're not my favorite creature. And living where I live, we have so many snakes. I mean, I'm seeing snakes in the garden, you know, on a very regular basis, but they must stay outside. They mustn't come into my home. But what is a snake? Besides for something that is scary for me, okay, I speak for myself, but snakes are about regeneration. Snakes are about evolution, are about shedding their skin and evolving and growing bigger and stronger. And, you know, but you've got to let go of a part of yourself in order to progress, in order to grow, in order to achieve and accomplish. So why did this experience happen? Why did nothing develop? Because you needed to be strong. You needed to recognize your strength, recognize your true capabilities, but you also needed to see the truth of who you are, and also the truth of what kind of partner, what kind of person you actually want in your life. You need to do the work to shed the skin and all the other things that no longer serve you in order for you to actually meet somebody at your level. All right, so let me just read your other comment. Interesting point. I didn't see myself like that, but you resonate with what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm so pleased that that makes sense to you, because to me it's quite obvious that that's what the situation was. You know, you're an amazing person, but you don't see yourself as that. Okay, you don't see yourself as this powerful being. So, but you are. You come across as that. So that's why, and I don't want to say that he was intimidated by you, but I do want to say that he wasn't strong enough for you. And you've got to realize, you've got to see the truth. You've got to shed the preconceived notions of who you think you are. And you've got to step into your truth of what you are in order for you to attract the perfect kind of mate. Okay, so yes, that's what you thought too. Thank you so much. Also not a snake person. Nothing against snakes, don't get me wrong, but they must stay outside. They're not allowed inside. You are so very welcome, my darling. You are so very welcome. I do hope that that helps. And, you know, I think if you analyze the situation a little bit more and see, you know, how you reacted, how he reacted, conversations that you had, etc., I'm sure all of this will sort of, you know, connect the dots and help you to understand the situation for what it was. But it doesn't mean that there's no hope, because there's a lot of hope. But you've got to shed and you've got to do the work. You've got to step forward. And if you don't step forward, then there isn't going to be. But you need to keep your eyes open. You need to be aware, because I do think, based on this, that there is going to be some awesome experiences for you very, very soon. Sending you much love and many blessings in Germany, my darling. I hope you stay warm. Look after yourself, and thank you for being here. I can't pick up the charms. Put them back in the bowl. All right. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm holding the deck the wrong way and therefore putting the cards in the wrong way. And that's not how it goes, right? Okay. Oh, you are so welcome, my darling. I'm so glad. You are so very welcome. Right, Lee has got, an update. So Lee says, hi Renee, sorry, the attorney tried to call literally a minute ago. Just wanted to find out how long I should wait, or what a response. Okay, should I look out to respond or engage with the crazy attorney, or how will I know when the time is right? You know what, I love that. I hear the cards were saying do nothing, don't react, don't respond, leave it up to her. She has now broken her own rule by saying, you know, only communicate via email, and then she phones you. But it shows you she's realized there's a Nunu on the table. she's realized that actually, you know, she needs you, kind of thing, because you've got an offer for her, you've got something to offer her. So yeah, that's why she called you. And I'm glad that you were busy and that you couldn't take the call, because had you taken the call, you would have shown her that you are submissive to her demands, and we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. So I'm just going to draw you a single card, my darling, just to answer the question of how long you should wait to respond, and what kind of response should you have. What kind of response should you have? Love that. All right, we got the King of Pentacles, Lee. King of Pentacles is about power. It's about assertiveness. It's about confidence around your resources, okay? So understand that as much as she may be the attorney, okay, in this particular thing, and attorneys, you know, they are smart, they are intelligent. We'll give them that much, okay? They're learned people, they're educated people, they have a relevance and a significance in this world, but that doesn't make them superhuman, okay? That really doesn't make them superhuman. This is you having the resource. This is you having the thing that she probably needs. And as you said, this isn't even a big commission for you. This isn't even like a huge big deal for you. But I definitely think the message that's coming through here for you is that you have control, you have the power. But I do want to say to you, you don't want to be arrogant, okay? Because King of Pentacles, he's not arrogant. If this was the Emperor, I'd say arrogance, right? But it's not, okay? For you in this particular question, in this particular scenario, it's telling you just take your time. So I would say do not phone her. I mean, and why is she phoning you at 7 p.m. at night anyway? You know, who does that? She's an attorney, business hours. She wants to have a business relationship, telling you that she only wants to communicate via email. So what you can do is you can send her an email in the morning at about 9-ish, you know, saying, sorry, I missed your call last night. How can I help you? You know, don't explain where you were or what you were doing or anything. Just confidently send her an email, stick to her rules. She said email only. Send her an email tomorrow morning, not first thing, a little bit later, and just say to her, I'm sorry I missed your call, or I see I missed a call from you. What's up? How can I help? And see what she comes back with. If she then phones you at that time, by all means answer the call. But don't you phone her, all right? Let's keep it her rules, but under your circumstances. Much love and blessings to you, my darling, with that. I really hope that helps. I think it's fascinating how things develop and how things unfold. It is just so exciting. It's like, you know, this is one of the things I love about my job, is that I get to live all these different lives. You know, sometimes I'm a real estate agent, and sometimes I'm a lawyer, and sometimes I'm just a crazy old lady. It's just too fabulous. Right. Is there any other questions? Is there anybody else who's got anything to ask me? Anything else that we want to know? Anything else that is on anybody's mind? We still have a little bit of time. It has only been online for 40 minutes, so I still have a couple of minutes if anybody else has a question. I see we've got quite a few people watching, so I'm sure lots of you have got questions, but unfortunately, oh, I didn't switch off the thingy, but unfortunately questions are only for members. So yeah, feel free to join the memberships if you would like to ask a question. Normally this kind of event is only for my inspired and motivated members, but because it's Christmas and I'm feeling generous, I have been last week and this week opened it up to all my channel members. This time next week will be obviously Christmas, so I won't be online. Oopsie. I won't be online next week, Wednesday, and the Wednesday after that is New Year's, so I won't be online then either, but I will be online on, what, I forget, what did we say? Where's my diary? Probably Sunday the 29th. Okay, so after tonight, I will probably be online Sunday the 29th. All right. So you are so welcome, Lee, my darling. You are so welcome. I'm putting those away, and I'm going to take us an oracle from the Enchanted Map Oracle. I love this deck. I really do. I have 2 copies of it. I have the old original version, and I have this new modern updated version as well. So let's, as I do each evening to finish us off, to say goodnight, we're going to draw a card from this deck, and this is for everybody who's watching, okay? Whether you're a channel member, whether you're just a subscriber, whether you're a viewer, this is for all of you watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the playback, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to draw a card from the Oracle deck, and I will draw a charm just to add to it as well. So, oopsie, so everybody gets a charm reading as well. And this is a message for the collective. Oh, okay, hold a second. There's something from Michelle coming through. Let's just see what Michelle says. So Michelle says, farmer is having to sell most of or all of the farm in a divorce settlement. He's devastated as it's his inheritance. Any guidance for him? I'm going to do that, right? This can wait. That can wait. I will pick up the oracle afterwards. Let's have a look and see, Michelle, for our farmer. I'm saying our farmer, hey? See how invested I am. I'm so invested. I'm so invested. Okay. So you know what, this is unfortunately the issue with divorces, isn't it? Is that, you know, in order to split assets, in order to split stuff, we often have to sell things that we ordinarily wouldn't want to. But let's have a look and see what's coming through for him here. Guidance for him around the farm, the settlement, getting out with as much as possible and not having to give up or lose anything that's important for him. Let's have a look, Michelle. Oh, we have the King of Wands. Yeah, you see. Yeah, my darling, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Right, first charm that we have. What do we have? I don't even know. What is this? Oh, it's a froggy. Okay, it's a frog. Right, we have a little frog. And what else do we have? What is this? Oh, okay. This is a, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. Okay, let's see if I can hold on to it. This is a fruit basket. You can see there's a bottle of wine, there's some grapes, and there's all sorts of yummy stuff in a fruit basket. So, Michelle, my darling, what I want to say to you, King of Wands, he needs to recognize what it is that he's actually capable of doing and achieving. I understand that this is his inheritance. I understand that it's an emotional thing for him. But King of Wands, he doesn't make his decisions with emotion. He makes his decision with truth, with fact, with logic, okay? This Five of Pentacles that we have over here is what we often refer to in the tarot community as the poverty card. It's the card of loss. It's the card of going without. It's the card of not having. So unfortunately, this is basically saying that even though he has to give up a portion of his land, a portion of his farm, even though he has to subdivide or whatever it might be, he can still work with what he has, okay? He must not think that because he has to sell most of or all of the farm. I definitely think this is not selling all. Okay, I definitely think this is not selling all. I think this is definitely subdividing or selling off a portion of or a part of or something like that. This is not him having to sell everything. Okay, when I see the little frog, what is that frog doing? It is leapfrogging. It's what I hear in my head, leapfrog. Okay, so he is leapfrogging from opportunity to opportunity, from situation to situation. So this is about being in control. This is about being assertive. This is about being powerful, and this is about being strong. But this is about making factual, realistic, honest choices and decisions while still remaining in control. Whereas if he allows the courts to decide how much of the farm he sells, he will probably end up losing it all. But this is definitely saying that there has to be some loss, unfortunately. Okay. But I do think he needs to remain in control of how much he loses or how much he gives up. So the little frog is saying to you that sometimes we can leap, and we keep leaping until such time as we get to the destination that is ideal, perfect, and amazing. So he mustn't sit on the side and go, oh, it's a terrible situation, it's a terrible situation. He needs to keep leapfrogging until he gets to that sweet spot. And I'm saying that because think about a picnic. When you decide you're going on a picnic, you decide on an area that you're going to go and have your picnic. When you arrive at the location is generally a big area, okay? So, and when you arrive at this huge big area, like you could put your picnic there, you could put your picnic there, like there's 1,000 places where you could establish your picnic site. But it's about scouring the land until you find what you consider to be the perfect spot. And that's exactly what our farmer needs to do, Michelle, that he has to scour the land to decide how he can divide, how he can separate, segregate, how he can split it. And he needs to find the perfect spot that's going to make sure that he doesn't lose everything. But right now, it's almost like he's got blinkers on, and it's almost like he's limiting his own belief system in what he sees. He needs to keep jumping around. He needs to keep leapfrogging until he finds that perfect sweet spot in order to do the things that he needs to do. Will he have to sell his house on the farm too, or just the land and some equipment? Courts have given a value to pay, and he has to raise those funds by the end of June. Honestly, he needs to keep leapfrogging. He's not selling the house. Okay, so this is why it's this leapfrog. This is why he needs to keep looking until he finds that sweet spot. Because, you know, maybe what he needs to do is if he cuts the land. So let's just say this is the land as an example, right? And let's just say that this little salamander, this little gecko that we have down here is his house, and this is the land. I know my proportions are probably way out, but just humor me for a second, okay? Just humor me for a second. So if this is his house, if this is his home, and this is the land, you know, he needs to decide, right, he's cutting it there and he's going to give her that portion. And what he needs to do is he needs to sell her, not tangibly with money, but he needs to sell her the concept of that portion of land. So he needs to make out as if he's keeping such a small bit for himself, and, you know, he's hard done by, and, you know, he's losing everything and she's getting everything. He needs to upsell what it is that he's giving to her. He needs to keep leapfrogging until he finds that sweet spot. If he has to raise the funds by June, he's got time. He's got time. It doesn't mean that he has to wait, that he can wait until the 1st of June before he starts doing anything, because obviously there's a process that needs to go through. But I definitely think he has more control and more power than he realizes, as long as he doesn't succumb to the fear and the insecurities and the doubts of the courts. And you know what? When we're dealing with the courts and the courts say, you must do that, obviously it's scary. Of course it is, you know, but he needs to keep leapfrogging until he finds that sweet spot, and everything's going to be just fine. Lots of love and blessings to you, my darling. Lots of love and blessings to you. It's very exciting to see how all this is going to unfold. Of course, I won't remember. So if you come to me in a month's time and say, oh, remember you said, I'm going to be like, no, my darling, I do not remember. Because I'm terrible. I never remember these things. All right, let's draw a card for the collective. From the Enchanted Map Oracle, a message for everybody that is still here in the room, whether you are a channel member or not, a message to see us through the next couple of days. So I have drawn a card, and I'm going to draw a charm as well. I haven't even turned the card over. Oh, look, we have a dacha leaf. We have a cannabis leaf. Sorry, let me not use South African terms. A cannabis leaf. And let's get another charm to go with the cannabis leaf. What do I have? Oh, look at that. We have a lucky horseshoe. Is there anything? Yes, we have, even says good luck on it. Right. So cannabis is natural. It's nature. It's fabulous. It's a natural feel good kind of thing, but it's also healthy. It's healing, its properties. And then we've got good luck. And if I can pick it up, from the Enchanted Map Oracle, we have Metamorphosis. I love that. Metamorphosis. What is metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is change. Metamorphosis is evolution. So what do we need to do is we need to go back to basics. You know, when I see the little horseshoe, and I understand that horseshoes are a symbolic of good luck, a symbol of good luck and all of that, but also to me it's the horse transport, okay? And it's about going back to our basics. We need to go back to our roots. We need to go back to the core of simple life. You know, we're all at the end of 2024. We're all like, I don't know a single person who's had a good 2024. Everybody has struggled. Everybody has hardship. Everybody has had a terrible year. I mean, you know, truth be told, it has not been easy. So what happens is when we're in these kind of situations that we're in, we look at the next year, we have this little glimmer of hope, like we're really hopeful that it's better, that 2025 is going to be better, but we have this little voice in the back of our mind that tells us, stop being silly, it's not going to be better, it's probably going to be worse. So we need to understand that we are all going through a period of metamorphosis. What is metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is evolution. It is growth. It is change. It is transformation. Okay, but we need to evolve, just like this butterfly has climbed out of its chrysalis, where it climbed in as a worm and now it's climbed out as a butterfly. It has transformed, it has metamorphosized into something truly beautiful and amazing, from being a creature that could only walk the land to now being a creature that can fly the skies. That kind of evolution and change. But we've got to go back to basics. We've got to go back to natural. We've got to go back to the core of who we are. We've got to go back to our truth and understand that if we are imagining the worst, we are attracting the worst. But if we are imagining that good things can happen, when we go into our cocoon, when we go into our chrysalis, if we go in thinking, I'm going to trust that the universe, that the earth, that our beautiful, beautiful earth that we live on can provide for us in the way that we need. If you can trust that, and if you can believe that good things can and will happen to you, then they absolutely can, and they absolutely will. But if you just have a tiny glimmer of doubt in your head, in your heart, in your mind, if you have that tiny glimmer of doubt, then that is what you are attracting into yourself. So we need to go back to basics. We need to trust the land, trust the universe, trust our angels, trust, spirit guides, trust yourself at the true basic level. Don't worry about bank balance. Don't worry about what car you drive. Don't worry about the irrelevant things. Let's get back to the truth of what it means to be human. And what is that? It's kindness. It is love, love of self, love of others, love of neighbor. It is non-judgmental. Those are the things that we need to get back, and we need to start believing that good things can happen. And if we can do that, then we are ready for the metamorphosis that is about to take place. I truly believe that the next 2 years, 2025 and 2026, are going to see radical shifts in our world. Not just my country, your country, the world. Radical, radical shifts over the next 2 years. Mark my words. This is live. This is public. Okay, so I'm putting myself out there, making a massive prediction that in the next 2 years, the world as we know it will cease to exist and everything will be different. We are going through a period of metamorphosis. So if you're going to resist and try and stay as a caterpillar, try and stay as a worm, you are going to get squashed and eaten by a bug, right? But if you go into that chrysalis, if you go into your natural state, and if we trust and believe that good things can happen, good things will happen. So friends, I think that is such a beautiful, beautiful message to end off our fabulous evening of connection. Thank you all for being with me tonight. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for just sharing this time and space with me, because it is so precious. And I do so love connecting with every single one of you. I know we didn't have a full house tonight because, there are a lot of people on holiday and traveling and doing all the things, but that's okay, because everybody who needed an important message was here to receive it tonight. And I will be back one more time before 2024 sees us out. So I think I said, what does I already forget now? I'm just going to say the last Sunday of the month, right? I will be back again for my channel members. I look forward to connecting with you all again. Michelle says, thank you so much for today's readings. You are so welcome, my friend. You truly are so welcome. Sending you much love. And I love that Regine says she sees the same coming, that in the next 2 years there's going to be radical shifts. I'm so glad. You know what? And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it. I am so ready for it. And I think everybody is. You're so welcome, my darling. I think that the whole